Imagine being so powerful that two of Rome's greatest men fell in love with you. Yet, in the end, you lost everything. Sounds like a movie, right? But this is the true story of Cleopatra VII, the last queen of ancient Egypt. Was she a brilliant ruler, a master strategist, or simply a queen fighting to save her kingdom? Let's uncover the truth. Cleopatra VII was born in 69 BC in the legendary city of Alexandria, Egypt. Although no one knows her exact birth date, historians agree she was the daughter of King Ptolemy XII Auletes and Queen Cleopatra V. She belonged to the powerful Ptolemaic dynasty, a Greek royal family that ruled Egypt for nearly 300 years after Alexander the Great. But Cleopatra wasn't just famous for her beauty. She was one of the most intelligent rulers of the ancient world. She could speak 7 to 8 different languages, including Egyptian and Greek. She studied philosophy, politics, astronomy, mathematics, and rhetoric, the art of influencing people through speech. Those skills would later help her negotiate with some of the most powerful leaders in history. Cleopatra had several siblings, including Berenice IV, Cleopatra VI, Ptolemy XIII, Ptolemy XIV, and Arsinoe IV. The Ptolemaic family was known for brutal power struggles. Brothers and sisters often turned against each other in the fight for the throne. When Cleopatra's father was forced into exile, her sister Berenice IV seized the throne and declared herself Queen of Egypt. A few years later, Ptolemy XII returned with the support of the Roman army, defeated Berenice, and had her executed. Watching her own family fight for power taught Cleopatra one important lesson: survival came before everything else. In 51 BC, Cleopatra's father died. At just 17 years old, she became Queen of Egypt. According to royal tradition, she married her younger brother Ptolemy XIII, who became her co-ruler. However, this was never a marriage based on love. Cleopatra wanted complete control of Egypt, while Ptolemy's advisors wanted to rule through the young king. Soon, a bitter struggle for power began. Eventually, Cleopatra was forced into exile. She escaped to Syria, gathered an army, and prepared to reclaim her kingdom. Meanwhile, Rome was facing its own civil war. The legendary Roman general Julius Caesar arrived in Egypt, while pursuing his rival, Pompey. Cleopatra saw this as the perfect opportunity. According to one of history's most famous stories, she secretly entered Caesar's palace hidden inside a rolled-up carpet. Whether that story is entirely true remains uncertain, but one thing is clear: Caesar was deeply impressed by Cleopatra. She was only 21 years old, while Caesar was 52. It wasn't just her beauty that captured his attention, it was her intelligence, confidence, and extraordinary ability to persuade others. Cleopatra convinced Caesar to support her claim to the Egyptian throne. Soon, war erupted. In 47 BC, Caesar and Cleopatra fought against Ptolemy XIII during the famous Battle of the Nile. While trying to escape across the Nile River, Ptolemy XIII drowned. With Caesar's victory, Cleopatra regained her throne. Her younger brother Ptolemy XIV became her new co-ruler, while her sister Arsinoe IV was sent into exile. During this time, Cleopatra and Julius Caesar's political alliance turned into a romantic relationship. Later that year, Cleopatra gave birth to a son named Caesarion, claiming Julius Caesar was his father. She even traveled to Rome with Caesarion, and many believed Caesar would eventually recognize Cleopatra as his queen. But history took a dramatic turn. On March 15, 44 BC, known as the Ides of March, Julius Caesar was assassinated by Roman senators. He was stabbed 23 times inside the Roman Senate. With Caesar gone, Cleopatra immediately returned to Egypt. Soon afterward, her co-ruler Ptolemy XIV mysteriously died. Many historians believe Cleopatra poisoned him, so her son Caesarion could become Egypt's new co-ruler. Meanwhile, Rome's future rested in the hands of two powerful men, Octavian and Mark Antony. Mark Antony eventually invited Cleopatra to meet him. Cleopatra made sure the meeting would never be forgotten. She arrived on a magnificent golden ship, dressed as Venus, the Roman goddess of love. Her spectacular entrance amazed everyone. Mark Antony quickly fell in love with her. Their political alliance soon became a passionate romance. Together they had 3 children and strengthened Egypt's influence across the eastern Mediterranean. However, their relationship created a massive political crisis. Mark Antony was already married to Octavia, the sister of Octavian. Octavian used this against Antony, accusing him of betraying Rome for a foreign queen. The conflict soon turned into war. In 31 BC, the two sides fought the decisive Battle of Actium. Octavian's navy defeated Antony and Cleopatra's forces. The defeated couple fled back to Alexandria. 1 year later, Octavian invaded Egypt. During the final days of the war, Mark Antony received false news that Cleopatra had died. Heartbroken, he fell on his own sword. Although still alive, he was carried to Cleopatra's mausoleum, where he died in her arms. Now Cleopatra faced an impossible choice. Octavian planned to take her to Rome as a symbol of his victory. She refused to be humiliated. According to the most widely accepted account, Cleopatra ended her life by allowing an Egyptian cobra, an asp, the royal symbol of Egypt, to bite her. In 30 BC, at just 39 years old, Cleopatra died. Soon afterward, Octavian ordered the execution of Caesarion, bringing the Ptolemaic bloodline to an end. Egypt became part of the Roman Empire, and Octavian later became Augustus, the first emperor of Rome. With Cleopatra's death, the Ptolemaic kingdom came to an end after nearly 300 years of rule. Even today, historians continue to debate her legacy. Was she a manipulative queen who used love as a weapon, or a brilliant ruler who fought against impossible odds to protect her kingdom? What do you think? Share your opinion in the comments below. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to S Codex, and turn on notifications for more incredible historical mysteries and untold stories. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.